What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Dana. Looking pretty as a motherfucker today. Nah, let me stop though. So the sole purpose behind this video is a story time. I've actually gotten this requested a lot. A lot of people requested this. It's really like a two-part, so I'm only gonna talk about one in this video, and I'm gonna do a whole separate story time for another video. The two requests I got the most is my labor story time and my postpartum story time. What really I'm gonna do in this video is I'm going to tell my story, and I'm going to put in a few tips here and there, like from what I experienced, what I think, you know, would be best and everything. So first of all, Mike was born June 11th. He was really due on June 12th. That's the funny part. But another funny part is I was actually supposed to be induced because I was not dilated fully. Hold on, y'all, my lashes are fucking me up. These shits are low-key like all types of fucked up, but it's okay though. It's okay though. But so I was only a centimeter dilated at my last appointment before he was born, and my last appointment was like 2 days before he was born, and I was only a centimeter dilated. So we was not prepared for him to come at all. I was supposed to be getting induced on the 17th. That boy said, nope, I'm coming the day before. But so that morning, okay, so a lot of women have morning sickness. I did not necessarily have morning sickness. I had nighttime sickness my whole pregnancy. I would only get sick at night. Like, I would be hungry for dinner or whatever, but as soon as I ate, it was wraps. I was about to get sick. I was not gonna be able to like talk, move, nothing. I was getting sick and going to sleep. That's it. That's all I was doing. And then that morning I had got sick, which was super weird to me because the last time I had got sick was like during like my first or second trimester. It was like between those. So I hadn't gotten sick for a long time, so it was very weird to me, and it was in the morning. I normally got sick at night, so that day already felt weird to me. It was a pretty normal day. We ate breakfast, we chilled for a little bit, and then we went to Walmart. Walmart is really where everything went left. I think all that walking is what made him come for real. I was walking around Walmart and I started to feel little sharp pains, but it wasn't like nothing major. Like, I could still walk and everything. So I didn't even mention it to Big Mike. I did not say nothing to him about it or anything. We got into the car to leave, and that's when it really started hurting. And I finally told him, I was like, I'm really hurting. Like, he was like, are you sure it's not just a false alarm? Because we had had a false alarm like 2 weeks prior. I had had some leakage and we thought it was my water breaking, but it wasn't. So we thought he was gonna come in, but he didn't. So we didn't want to overreact and run to the hospital. Mind you, the hospital was 30 minutes away. So, because I picked a specific hospital, like, the hospital was 30 minutes away. We didn't feel like going all the way that way if it was just gonna be a false alarm. So we decided to wait a little longer and see how I felt. By the time I got home, I felt a little bit better. I ate something, I relaxed for a while, And I felt fine. That night around like 9 o'clock, maybe 10, I started doing Mike's hair. Don't ask me why we was doing it that late, because I do not fucking remember. I just remember we were doing his hair that fucking late. But I started doing his hair. I was doing like plaits or something like that, and literally every time like I felt a sharp pain, I would have to ball up. It hurt so bad. Like, I was having to ball up and like just sit there for a minute until the pain like went away. And at first, like, it was going away fast. Like, they wasn't lasting long or anything. And then they started getting really, really bad, where they were like a minute apart. Like, it was really, really bad. So that's when I finally called my doctor. My doctor was like, "Oh, you're in labor. Come on to the hospital." I'm like, "What? How you gonna tell me I'm in labor over the phone? How you know? Maybe it's a false alarm again." I did not feel like going to the hospital that night. Neither did Mike. Neither of us wanted to go because we were both wore out. We were tired. And we were really in our heads like, it's gotta be a false alarm. Like, mind you, we wasn't thinking, like, at that moment, we was not thinking, oh, his due date is tomorrow. Like, well, really, it was the next day, because we got into the hospital around, mind you, like I said, the hospital was like 30 minutes away. So we got to the hospital, I'd say around 11 something, 12 something. When we got there, Mike had like dropped me off in the front so he could go park the car, right? They pulled out a wheelchair, put me in the wheelchair, and like started to take me in. And when they took me in the lobby, they was like, "Okay, you're about to go to your room." And I'm like, no, I'm not going anywhere without him. We're going to wait on him. Because at the time, COVID was super, super bad, so they wasn't letting like nobody in the hospital with you. And I was only allowed to have him, but I was scared that if he didn't go in with me, they wasn't gonna let him up. So I waited on him. I refused to go up there. Finally, he came in. We went up to the room. The first nurse, ladies, this is a tip. Make sure they do not give you an intern, because they fucking gave me an intern like to like stick me to my IV and stuff. Bro, she did not know what the fuck she was doing. Like, another lady ended up having to come because I was like, no, get somebody else to do it. Like, I'm already low-key a hard stick because my veins aren't like super super fat, so most of the time they have to go through my hand. That's where my IV was in my hand. And she's just not qualified for the IV yet, I guess, because that was just terrible. She could not fucking do it. Me and Mike was like, what the fuck. So finally they get my IV and everything hooked up. They start to put me in a room. The first room they put me in was like, it was really big. It was super fucking big. It had like a big ass bathroom in there and everything, all this other stuff. And then they took me out of that one and put me in a new one. And I was like, why y'all keep moving me? Like, so the last room they moved me to was finally the one I stayed in. We did not record anything that day for real. I wish I would have vlogged like and recorded my birth. We didn't because the hospital has like a no video policy, and I respected that because it was my first child. I didn't really want all that being seen anyway, like, but for sure for my next one, we're definitely doing a vlog. I definitely want that memory. But we get in the room. I still have not gotten my epidural yet. Ladies, I waited till like last minute to get my epidural because I did not want to like get it super early and then baby might not come for like hours, and then by that time the medicine done wore off and like I feel everything. To the women out there who give birth naturally, props to y'all. Y'all are soldiers out here. Y'all do it for real. I can't do it though. I can't do it. Y'all got that. Yeah. It's cool. Nah, for real though, like that really hurt. But so when we got into the room, I laid there for a while. Mike went to sleep. I woke up like in mad pain. Like the contractions just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So finally I did get my epidural. A little tip for you guys: if you do not know about epidurals and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna get one because everybody get one, no, do your research. A lot of people, like some people be having bad reactions to them. Some people, if you already have back pains like me, it's going to make your back hurt worse afterwards. Like your back is going to be like 10 times worse than it was before. Like, and I mean that. The pain is ridiculous. You gotta think, they're sticking a fucking needle that's like this big in your spine. It's not going just in your back. A lot of people think it just goes in your back. No, it goes in your spinal cord. If you jump while they do it or anything, you could end up fucking paralyzed. Anything can happen. I recommend that if you do get it, you sit very, very still. If you have someone there with you, you make sure they're right in front of you, keeping you calm, talking to you about something. Like, just be very careful with the epidural. Do your research. Make sure that that's something that you really want. It was something I wanted because I was terrified of the pain, okay? Now I kind of regret it because, like I said, I had back pains before I got it. And now sometimes it feels like my back is just even worse. But so I got my epidural, and I finally was able to go to sleep. And when I tell y'all, that was the best sleep I ever got. Like, the best sleep I ever got. That epidural helped so much. When you're pregnant, ladies, another tip. Like, this is for my pregnant mommies. As you get bigger, like as your bump gets bigger, it's going to be way harder to sleep. It's going to be way harder to sleep. I highly recommend like a pregnancy pillow or something else for you to lay on and try and snuggle to get comfortable, because laying on your side, laying on your back, your other side, you can't even lay on your stomach. Like, all of that be hurting. Like, Mike used to have to, like, if I wanted to roll over in my sleep, he used to have to wake up, help me sit up to help me turn and lay back down. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, if you're one of them women that like gets like a big like basketball bump like I did, prepare for that. Prepare for that. If you're already like 5-6 months and you already have a huge ass bump, prepare yourself. It's going to help you in the long run, because all that pain can really stay after the pregnancy. Not everything goes away after your pregnancy. Not all the pain, not all the nausea, not all like the headaches, everything. It does not go away after your pregnancy. A lot of people think that after you give birth, you know, you're back to your normal self. That's not how it works. It's not. And I will dig more into that in my postpartum video. Stay tuned for that. But so I get my epidural and everything. I get more sleep. They wake me up to break my water. They broke my water, and when I tell y'all, that felt so weird. That felt so weird. Like, what are y'all doing down there? But so they broke my water. They checked to see how dilated I was, and mind you, I was still only 3 centimeters dilated. When I went in there, I was only like 1. I only moved up 2 centimeters. I've been here for hours. Like, it's already the next day now. It's already the 11th now. So I end up getting more sleep. I wake up. I didn't even eat nothing that day because literally, like, when I woke up that morning, they came in there, ran some tests on me. They left back out. Me and Mike talked for a second. And then they came in like, oh, here comes a baby. Time to have birth to a baby. And I'm like, why now? Like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, it's time. And I'm like, but you just said I was only 3 centimeters. What are you talking about? I was so like, but so then when they come in and they're like, okay, it's time to give birth to baby, me and Mike are just like, well, okay. Like, I'm holding Mike's hand like, don't let go of me. Don't let go of me. Don't let go. But so he's holding me. They prop my legs up and everything. They pull me up. Like, I'm laying like this. They pull my back up so that, like, my back and everything is putting pressure on my belly so that it's easier to push him out. They had Mike, like, push my back in as I was pushing. So as I'm pushing, he's pushing my fucking back. Like, I'm like midway through my pushes, right? And they stop me and they're like, okay, baby's heart rate is dropping. We have to, I forget what it's called, forceps. They had to get forceps to pull him out because the cord was wrapped around his neck and it was making his heart rate drop. So they had to get him out of there as fast as possible. So the forceps made it faster because, like I said, I was only 3 centimeters dilated, so I wasn't even dilated enough for him to come through. Like, so they had to, like, manually pull him out and take the cord off of his neck. And I want you ladies to know that when they say that, do not freak out. I had started to panic, but I'm so grateful for Mike. I am so grateful for Mike because I was looking at him, telling him I couldn't do it, I can't do it, and he's just looking me in my eyes, telling me, yes, you can, you're okay, just push, like, you got it. Oh my God, I love that man. That made me love him so much more. But he really, like, even if you're a mother out there that does not have the father with you, have somebody in that room with you, whether it's your mother, your brother, your sister, anybody, your dad, whoever you want to be in there with you, have them in there. Having that extra comfort and, you know, that, like, support is so much. It means so much, like, and whoever gets that honor, you better make sure that they know it's an honor. But, I just want you guys to know that, like, if that does happen to you while you're giving birth, like the cord being wrapped and everything, do not panic. They know what to do. They will get your baby out safely. I mean, of course, if something else happens, I don't know, because I only know from my experience, but I also know from family members' experiences and everything that don't freak out. Most of the time, they got your back, they got your baby's back, everything's gonna be okay. They finally got him out, unwrapped the cord, and I know that as soon as the baby's born, like after they let you cut the umbilical cord and everything, they take the baby. They take the baby to the little thing and, like, you know, clean him off a little bit and do all that other stuff. Like, I told Mike, I was like, when that happens, you follow that baby. You go with that baby, because if anything happens to that baby, I want you there so that you see that shit. Like, I was not playing that. I was one of them mothers that, like, no, I'm staying with my baby the whole time he in here. That's like some parents, when they're, like, in the recovery unit, they'll, like, send the baby to the nurses and stuff so that they can get sleep. No, me and Mike kept baby Mike in there with us the whole time I was in the hospital. He was with us from the moment he was born till forever. Till forever. Like, but they laid him on my chest when he first came out. They let Mike cut the umbilical cord, which was so cute. I wish I would have recorded that. That's the only part that I really, really wish I would have recorded, because, oh my God, if I could look back and just see that again, it would probably make me cry. Like, I would really, really cry. But Mike cut the umbilical cord. They took the baby and cleaned him off and everything. They stitched me up, got me right, and then they moved me to another room with the baby. I got to hold my baby as we went to another room. That was super cute. I have a picture, I'm gonna try to put it up here, of as soon as we left like our labor room to go to the recovery room, the nurse took these pictures for us, and I have to say I am really thankful she did that, because I probably wouldn't have got those pictures, because like I said, nobody else was really there with us. So all we could have really did is took like selfies and stuff like we did. But once we got to the recovery room, it's pretty much just postpartum at that point. I'm gonna do that in a whole nother video, like, but I think that's it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you want some more story times, drop what you want down below. I am going to do a makeup tutorial. I was supposed to do a makeup tutorial today while I was doing this story time, but it just got to be too much, so I went ahead and did my makeup and then did the story time. But there is a makeup tutorial coming soon. I have to get some new makeup and everything. Postpartum video coming soon. Me and Mike have some videos in the making for you guys. I'm definitely doing a Thanksgiving cooking video and Vlogmas. I really want to do Vlogmas, but you guys have to give me ideas. You guys have to tell me what you want to see, what you want to talk about. Like, you have to give me ideas, because if y'all don't give me ideas, I don't know what y'all want to watch. So please drop down below what you want to see and what you want me to talk about and everything. I really need that. Hit that like button, smash it. Don't just hit it, smash it. Give me a couple little clicks on a couple different videos. Make sure you subscribe. If you are not subscribed, you are a bum, because you're watching this video and you're not subscribed. So why? Subscribe to my channel. It's free, for one. For two, like, I mean, subscribe. What's so hard about it? But please share this video. Alright guys, until next time, love you.